What is going on, guys? Coming at you with part 3 of my COD World War II review. So I split mine up into 3 parts: multiplayer, campaign, and zombies. So go check out multiplayer and zombies if you have not yet. But let's get right into it. Zombies is awesome in this game, and I'm glad to say that, considering that multiplayer and campaign were just letdowns in all areas. Zombies is very good in this game. It's a big step up from Advanced Warfare's Exo Zombies, which was just absolute shit. Still the worst $50 I've ever spent this season pass on that game. And I just want to let you guys know that even though I did play that, there's just none of that game that I remember beside like one underground or like underwater base and the original like Exo factory and like the burger place map. I don't even fucking know. That was like the worst zombies experience ever. But if anything that I mention that's good about this game was in that game, then by all means, I guess I'd give Advanced Warfare some credit. But pretty much most of the stuff in zombies in this game that I've seen is pretty much new. So I want to go through that. So the Final Reich as a map is very, very good. It's really awesome. In terms of zombies as a whole, I never played Infinite Warfare Zombies, but you know, comparing it to all the Treyarch stuff, I would say it's up there. Like the Final Reich compared to the other Treyarch, it's up there pretty good. You know, obviously some stuff like their Eisenjacke, Ascension's always been a favorite of mine. Origins, Mob of the Dead, it doesn't really compare to some of those in terms of just legacy, but it's a very, very good map. One thing I'd like to say here about the whole zombies experience is that it's on the difficulty level of Gorod Krovi. What I mean by that, what happened with Gorod Krovi was they kind of made it so that you had the ability to be very, very overpowered as like a player, and you know, with all the abilities and weapons you had, but the difficulty was very much higher. So at one point it's getting easier, but it's also getting harder at the same time, and that's kind of the way that this is compared to other Treyarch maps. Because if you remember with Gorod Krovi, with all the shit that you could get, like the shield and the little dragon arm that would just fly around, or the flamethrower shit, you know, you get like the pack-a-punch weapons were pretty good. The Ray Gun Mark III was absolutely amazing, but there was just a ton of like zombies and stuff that just kind of made it a little bit harder, with the little Valkyrie drones flying in between. But yeah, so that's kind of what this game is. And in terms of that, by making it easier, there's a ton of little things. First off, with the perks and class setup. So once you rank up a fair bit in this game, which ranking up in this game actually does shit now, you know, you get access to perks, and pretty much early on you can get to the point where you can get you can spawn in with Jug and have Mule Kick as like one of your perks, and that's not even counting like the blitzes that are on the map, which is absolutely awesome. I'm at the point right now where my loadout is like I spawn in with Jug, I get Mule Kick, I can hold an extra blitz. It's just awesome. So that part you really get it easier, and the fact that when you go down you don't lose that Mule Kick and you have the opportunity to not lose some of the perks is even better. I really like that. There's also a ton of little things that they made better, and one-upping Treyarch in. So like, you know, for example, the max ammo, how in Treyarch you would always have to reload. Well, now if you get the max ammo, it just fills up automatically all for your guns. Same thing with like, you know, an armor. You know, Juggernaut, it would always take a single spot in one of your 4 perks, and really it just made the game a little less I don't know how the fuck to say it, but basically you had 4 perks, and if you intended to survive higher than round 12, you were going to have to use Jug. That only left you 3 spots left for perks. So in this game, because they know you only have 4 spots, they make Jug just its separate thing. It's just armor, and then you have that one slot open to really customize your perks, which is what I really, really like about this game. Then also, you know, another good thing that they added in was it gives you a little bit more time in between rounds. It kind of tells you how long the power-ups last for. But another big thing is that you can give people points now, which is absolutely tremendous. So if you're early on and, you know, one person is close to getting enough points for the door, but they don't quite have it, and you have some points that you can give them, you'll give them points, and I just love that system. Absolutely tremendous. The fact that they can do that, it makes, you know, playing with friends just so much better. Now, as for the not OP stuff, and the part that gets more difficult is the zombies and the zombie types. So zombies, you know, the little ones are always just the same old, but they can now spawn in parts that you're not gonna like. You know, you got the fast zombies instead of dog rounds. It's, you know, just these insanely fast but weak zombies. You've got the big boys. which, you know, kind of change it up a little bit. And, you know, same thing with like the bomb zombies. You know, the big boys, you got to kind of figure out, all right, I got to work around, you know, them when I'm hoarding zombies. I got to work on how I can hit the zombies without hitting the big guys and causing that problem. Bomb zombies, you got to make sure you don't go near them or they're just going to fuck you over. Same thing with the big guys. If you go near them, they're just going to fuck you over and make you lose that much health. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, like I said, it raises the difficulty a little bit with the zombies, but it also makes it easier with the shit that you're allowed to get. As for the map itself, you know, Pack-a-Punch, it's fairly easy to open. I like that. The Tesla gun, it's up, you know, it's a thing that you can get even when you're playing multiplayer. You know, you don't have to be on single player, which is what I like. And the Tesla gun, the other thing I don't like is that it's not fucking OP. You know, part of the problem that I had with their Eisenjaka and Origins was like, look, if you're planning to play for high rounds or just anything, you're gonna dedicate all of the time on the early rounds to getting the map open and getting the staffs or the bows started, just so that like you can get them early on and make it easy for yourself. Because if you don't, then it's gonna be hell getting them later on. And pretty much like you're just dedicating the entire early game just to getting those bows and staffs. And once you have them, then you go for the high rounds. The thing I like about the Tesla gun is like it's not something that you need to have. You know, it's a good gun to have. If you want to go for high rounds, you can use it, but you won't need it. You know, you can go high rounds just without the Tesla gun. It's a good gun, but it's not OP, and you know what? I like that about it. And if you really want to, you can go for the upgrades, which again, they're not totally OP, but at the same time, you know, they're very, very good. As for the map layout, I like it. It's pretty good. I feel like it flows pretty decently. I still don't know the full layout yet. Like, I'm still playing, and, you know, if somebody goes down, like, it still takes me a second to think about what route I'm going to take just to get to them. It's not like most times I'm playing zombies where I know the exact quickest route, the exact quickest fucking footsteps it would take to go get somebody. You know, this game, it kind of makes you think a little bit. The layout's a little confusing. It wraps and intertwines with itself, and that's what I like about it. You know, you don't get too used to it. But other than that, like I said, I like how this whole thing flows. Now, some people did say, like, okay, it makes it a little too easy. People have noticed that, considering that I'm pretty sure the Easter egg was found on, like, the first day. And the map as a whole and the game as a whole as zombies is a little bit easier than most. And I don't think that's a problem at all. You know, I'm sure most noobs would probably side with the fact that that's not a problem, but, you know, I think the difficulty is hard enough, or, you know, it's not easy enough that this would be just a complete waste of time. It doesn't hold your hand or anything. It lightens up a little bit than most Treyarch maps, but at the same time, it's super fun to play. Especially when you're with friends. It's just really a fun game mode, and this map as a whole is really awesome, considering that you can just get Pack-a-Punch open. Really, you can just jump right into a game and start going for high rounds, or you can just start playing with friends just for the fuck's sake, like, alright, let's just play some goddamn zombies. Absolutely very fun. And then, of course, you've got the customization system with all the classes and the weapons and the perks. Absolutely a great addition. Just totally makes the game a lot better. Really, it's just such a relief having this game, or zombies, be so good in this game, because, like I said, multiplayer and campaign were just completely underwhelming, and zombies is kind of doing the heavy lifting for making this game not a complete shit of a game. So other than that, that's all I've got to say about zombies. It's easier than Treyarch, but not too easy. They improved on a lot of stuff. The map as whole is pretty great, and it's a very fun game mode to play with friends. And that's just what a game comes down to. Is it fun to play? And is it fun to play with friends? Of course it is. This is what I fucking love about this game. Zombies is amazing in this game. Might even be worth picking up the game in general. Still don't know if I'm going to get the DLCs, but you know what? For the fact that zombies is the only game mode in here that isn't shit, I'm happy that it's not, and I love to play. Other than that, that's all I've got for the review today, and I will see you guys later.